Hi, thanks for checking out our channel. Here's going to be possibly a repair video on a older version style Parmak called a Magnum 12. It's the old metal 12 volt powered unit, non-solar, just a 12 volt external battery type unit. They make a newer one now in the last 5-10 years where it's been. Red plastic one. Those are different on the inside, similar but different. They don't have the same exact parts in them. So I think the only thing that they might share is a gauge on the front might be the same. I think the boards and transformer and everything are different. This one does have a switch on the front. The newer ones don't. So the way you turn it off is unhook the battery. So we're going to tear into this thing and see if we can get it figured out. Now, these things aren't very expensive. A new red plastic one is like 125 bucks, give or take. So that's what the new ones cost. The parts aren't super expensive for these things either, so they're usually worth fixing. And Parmak does make all the parts for them. Now, when it comes to parts and wanting to fix these things, we personally cannot sell Parmak parts. That's just one of the rules that they have in place. That they say it's a UL policy or insurance liability policy, whatever it is, but I cannot sell them. I can work on them all day long and stuff. I cannot sell new ones. So let's pull this little black cover thing off here. Set to the side. We'll hook it up real quick, just see if it does anything at all. I mean, we got to probably get to open it up anyways, but no, won't hurt to try things first. So we'll got my power supply set to 12 or 13 volts. So we're just gonna hook our power supply across this. It didn't cost that much to ship these things. When you flat rate them in a medium flat rate box for like, you know, $15. Well, look at that. Well, what's wrong with it? The note on it says not much power, positive post is loose, cannot tighten, but not much power. Nope. Says it's showing good power there based on the little feedback or the needle gauge from the feedback of the transformer. $7,000 volts looks like plenty of power to me for this size unit. And you see this whole thing's turning. Let me just be able to tighten it from the outside. There's a little bolt runs through there. There's a head on the head of the bolt on the outside, on the inside. Sometimes you get lucky and just tighten this piece here. No. Still spinning, so we gotta tear this thing apart. Oh, dang it. Didn't want to pull it apart if I didn't have to. It's just save some time, but can't get that lucky every time. Oh, these bushings we gotta drill out. Man, that's clean. That was a clean unit. 2008 when this one was built. January 2008. It's a 15-year-old unit. Got the original board to it too, so a 15-year unit, still running. Alright, let's see. Okay, so there's the head of the bolt here. Usually, I'm going to have to loosen this thing back up some. The head of the bolt spinning. Let's loosen this outside piece up, and then we've got this red piece here. Let's zoom in for you. Both the black and the red are the same setup. Well, no, just the red side's set up the same way. It's this little notch, little bump right there. Down inside the case, let me take this piece all the way off. Down inside the case here, there's a little notch right there. That little bump right there goes in that little notch right there. And that's what helps lock this thing into place. Push that bolt all the way in there, hold it tight. And then you have this side is where your electric fence wire is going to touch, so you want to put this side on first. It's pretty tight, but we'll just give it like, you don't want to crank it down hard, just crank it to where they have these little notches right here so the person can stick the wire in there. And then we'll, now this one's nice and tight. What about this one over here? Yeah, I can tighten it real up nice and hard, and this one stays in place pretty good. So yeah, everything's nice and clean on the inside. It works fine. Let's zoom back out again. So now what we have to do, this is what we do here. I'll be right back. We get 4 bolts, 4 nuts, and we bolt this thing back together. Putting those, we can buy the bushings from these brass ones from Parmak, and you can buy a tool, of course, put the bushings in, but man alive, it's like these bushings, they're brass, but I don't harden brass, I don't know what they're made out of it. Man, I have a hell of a time getting them back in there to stay in place, so we just put nuts and bolts on there, and done that for years and haven't had any issues. The way that Parmak does it in their repairs is they got this big piece of metal, big flat piece of metal, big old block, and these 4 little nubs sticking out of there. I put that on there with the bushing on there, and I take a punch and a hammer, big hammer, like a small sledge, and bam, bam, hit them in each corner and fatten those bushings up, because using that little squeeze tool does not work. You have to be like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and tighten it up that way, or to be able to squeeze that thing. It is tough. This one's done. Get that back on there. We'll call the customer up and let them know what we found with it. But besides tighten up the bolt, knob stuff, and spending money on nuts and bolts, we didn't really do a whole lot to this one. There we go. Alright, well that's it for this little video. I thought this would be more of a repair video, but technically not. I mean, we repaired nothing besides tighten things up. But that's how some repairs are. The customer said this thing has low power. Plenty of power to me. Maybe a ground system issue on their end, or not enough ground rods, or a bad short connection. Who knows? But right here it works fine. We can hook it to a power supply and turn it on, let it sit, run for a day, but which we probably will do before we call the customer. But initially, this thing works fine. Alright, thanks for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the thumbs up button. Until next time, see you later on.